Back again, Humble Soul, baby, you know what I'm saying? We checking in. Got a video, you know what I'm saying, I want to do on this upcoming versus battle between Young Jeezy and Gucci Mane. You know, I don't think anybody can really deny that both of them have been extremely impactful when it comes to Southern hip hop. You know what I'm saying? They both carved their own lane and contributed, you know what I'm saying, to the sound that's coming out of the South today in some form or fashion. But I say, man, it was a few days ago, maybe a week or so, maybe longer. You know what I'm saying? That I came across a clip of Young Jeezy's Breakfast Club interview, and he was talking about his upcoming versus battle with T.I. And he revealed, you know, that he pretty much had agreed to, you know, do a versus battle with T.I., you know, which is his homeboy, because he had extended an invitation to do a versus battle with Gucci Mane through Swiss Beats, but Gucci Mane pretty much respectfully declined, quote unquote, to do the battle with him, you know, which I thought was interesting, considering that Gucci Mane has always been on Jeezy's neck, you know what I'm saying, for the past years, maybe the past decade or so, or even more, after the whole controversy happened, you know, around '05. You know what I'm saying? For those who don't know, you know, at one point in time, they was cool. You know, they collaborated on the track Icy. And I guess it was some type of misunderstanding. I think Jeezy wanted to put the track on his debut album, but Gucci wasn't really feeling that. He wanted to keep the song to himself. He was like, nah, this is my song. You know what I'm saying? My producer made the beat, which was Zaytoven. You know, this is my cut. You know, and Jeezy, he was like the bigger dog at the time. You know, he was signed to Def Jam. He was also had the Boys in the Hood thing going, etc. So, you know, he's more of the commercial look. So he was thinking, you know what I'm saying? Thinking it's a good look for both of them to put on this album, I would assume. I don't know for a fact, but Gucci wasn't really feeling it. One thing led to another. They had some type of disagreement, you know, and I'll never forget, man, hearing the track Stay Strapped. Young Jeezy recorded a freestyle over T.I.'s ASAP beat. And at the end of the song, man, he pretty much put a bounty on Gucci Mane's chain. You know, saying if anybody came across Gucci, man, was able to, you know, get his chain, he had 10 stacks for him. You know what I'm saying? And not too long after that, you know, some dudes approached Gucci Mane. It was like a situation where I guess he was chilling with a stripper or something like that. Some dudes rushed the spot that they was in. Gucci ended up letting off some shots in self-defense, hit one of the dudes, ended up killing him, you know, and it was later discovered that the dude who he killed in self-defense was an associate of Young Jeezy and was from Macon, you know, which is an area where Jeezy came up before he, you know, migrated to Atlanta or whatever. And ever since then, man, it seemed like they kind of been at odds. It's been more so Gucci Mane keeping his foot on Young Jeezy's neck than Young Jeezy really going hard at Gucci. You know, he'll say some stuff here and there in some interviews, but more so it's been Gucci who's been, you know what I'm saying, just blatantly like disrespectful, you know, diss the dude he killed multiple times, diss Young Jeezy, diss CTE, etc. So, you know, but then they kind of squashed it for a second, and they did another song. I think the Trap or Die, a song, I think that's what it was called, with Zaytoven produced it. But then after that, man, the dude Gucci made the song The Truth, dissing the people again, man. So it was crazy, man. But so they always had like a little riff going. But I don't know how I would feel, you know what I'm saying, if somebody put a bounty on, you know, my jury, and somebody, you know, rushed me and ended up being an associate of the person who said that they had money for anybody who could, you know what I'm saying, retrieve my belongings. So, you know, I don't know, man. But it was just interesting to see that, you know, years later, now they're going to be, you know, both participating in the verses, which is, you know, it's been some monumental verses so far, you know what I mean? And but it seemed like they kind of went away for a second, so they bringing it back in style. And I definitely know this is going to be something dope for the South. I just don't know really what to expect, man, knowing that, you know, Gucci Mane is pretty unpredictable. And on top of that, he's alive, where, you know, it's no denying that. Just judging from his track record, he's a lot more unpolished, a lot more non-politically correct than Young Jeezy has appeared to be. You know, Young Jeezy's more the political type, you know what I'm saying? He getting in line with the politics, and just pushing, supporting the people, etc. But he also, he got the trap side to him as well. But just thinking about how everything could turn out and just the tracks that they both could play, Man, I may have my money on Young Jeezy, because I don't think Gucci Mane has an album in his archive, in his catalog, that can match up to Young Jeezy's debut album. You know what I'm saying? Thug Motivation 101. That's a true classic. You know what I'm saying? The mixtapes he put out before then, leading up to his debut album, and a couple of them after that, they all are classics in my opinion. In my hometown, what I'm saying, I couldn't go anywhere without hearing them when I was a youngster. You know what I'm saying? I remember seeing Young Jeezy perform at the Battle of the Bands little event that we had, man, and everybody was just going crazy. But you couldn't go nowhere, man. It was playing in all the little parking lots and all the little, the little neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying, down the little main roads, etc. You know what I'm saying? People had it in their cars and all that at school. So it was a real hit. But Gucci had his own thing going as well. But I don't think it was on the same impact at that time. You know what I'm saying? Gucci kind of later on really started to develop a real following, once he kind of branched off from the whole Big Cat situation and started doing his own thing. And he built, his whole So Icy empire, introduced people like Waka Flocka, and kind of paved the way for OJ the Juice Man and other artists. And then he switched to the 1017 and started putting, his backing behind people like Young Thug and Pee Wee Longway, the Migos, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, if you look at it from that standpoint, Gucci has been someone who's been able to craft and mold more artists out of the South. Young Jeezy really hasn't did that. He's more so been a person who's been able to stamp his own brand, and keep it going. But Gucci has really created opportunities for a lot of other up-and-coming artists in the South, enabling them to kind of, build their own brand and, create wealth for not only them, for their family. So, that's definitely something to be commended. But, man, I definitely respect both of them, and I know they both got super dope catalogs. Gucci got a hell of a mixtape catalog, classic after classic. When it comes to albums, I don't know if he has anything that could stand up to Jeezy's albums, especially like those earlier albums, definitely that debut album. But, man, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I think I may have my money on Jeezy, but I respect both of them. But, man, let me know what y'all thinking in the comment section below, who y'all shooting for. But, man, if nothing else, man, make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all hit that subscribe button, and support the channel if you messing with the content. We're going to keep it going, man. AHumbleSoul checking in 100.